Well, I hate to send this all back, but I can't eat it.
Do you want me to put it back for you?
Oh, no, I mean, it'll be it. That's it.
Do you want help, though, is what I'm
No,
saying, so you don't spill
I,
it? Okay.
I do it myself
Okay.
as much as I can.
It's just that broth, you don't want to burn yourself is the only thing.
Yeah,
Want your lemonade?
I'll try this now.
So, who else did you have visited today besides your nephew? Besides that minister hider, who else visited today? Anybody else?
Well, sis was here.
Mm-hmm.
Babe and mine didn't come today. They went to Marquette. Up to Jody's. Your mom and dad weren't here. Doug was the only other one. Doug and sis.
Okay.
And that minister.
Oh, Doug did come today?
He just got here
Oh.
and got settled when the minister came.
Oh.
So he left and he said he had today off. He said, I'll be back.
Okay.
But that was at 11 o'clock.
Right.
If he ain't back by now.
Mm-hmm. How did you ever go about getting Doug?
Hmm?
How did you ever go about getting Doug? Was there an adoption place that you went and signed up for? Or how did you hear about Doug as a baby?
No, well, then what is his name? Anyway, Hool. That's right up the road.
Right. Dick Cool?
Works with adopting kids.
Oh, okay.
And so I contacted him. Well, at first I tried a different place. And, well, I tried a couple places. That was the nearest one. And so,
You must have been excited when you got the call that Doug was coming.
well, but he was supposed to be a girl.
Oh, really? So you were surprised?
Instead of that, he was a guy.
Oh.
But I would never suggest, well, like the Tommy L, they'll never have another one. Because it could end up the same way.
Yeah, I know. They've got that genetic.
The only other way is adoption.
True. So the only way for the Cross last name is going to be Alex.
But I would never suggest it.
Oh, for Tommy, yeah.
If you know just who it, if it was a relative or someone that you really knew.
Right. And what did Tommy say at the funeral to you? What did Tommy tell you at the funeral? You said he whispered something to you in your ear. What did Tommy whisper at the funeral?
Tommy was there.
Tom, right. And what did Tommy whisper about the little guy?
But Doug wasn't.
No, but I thought you said Tommy. Tommy whispered to you something about the little guy, about it, something about heaven.
No, they were there.
Oh, can't get you to say that again.
Now see, I'm full.
Right.
When Sis is here, they finish it.
Oh, yeah.
I feel better. Don't get thrown away anyway.
Right. I am going to visit Danny in New Mexico, and I think it's about 3 weeks from now. So I'll have to send you a postcard from there.
Oh, girl.
I'm going to fly there.
That's what I was just gonna say.
It's a little nerve-wracking, but I'm going to do it. If the plane crashes, well, I might get to heaven before you. We'll meet you at the gates. But hopefully it doesn't crash.
That should be exciting.
Yeah.
What does he have the same kind of job there as he had at Hermansville?
He started out working for installing solar panels, but now he's switched to a different job and he's back driving his forklifts like he did at the trust place in Hermansville. So he's doing good. He's happy. He talked about maybe coming home for Christmas, but I don't know if they will.
Yeah.
It's so expensive. It's not very cheap to fly. It's at least not. I mean, it's looking like from Green Bay to Albuquerque is going to be about a $700 plane ticket. So it's not something you want to do often. Maybe once a year if you save for it. You know.
That's when Margaret's baby is supposed to be due in December.
Was it December? I thought it was March. I'm not sure when her baby is due.
I thought it was December.
It could be. It could be. I could be wrong. I guess I'm not 100%. I was kind of waiting for her to be a little farther along before I wanted to ask questions. So much can change. If you were ever, did you and Grandpa have names ever picked out for the baby that didn't make it? Your baby boy that didn't make it? Did you have a name picked out for him before he was born?
Edward, well, yes and no. We were hitchhiking down to Abrams, and we got picked up. And when we got out, the person said, well, if you two ever get married, name your first son after me.
Uh-huh.
His name was Tommy.
Okay, so that's how Tom got his name. So
Yeah.
if that baby would have been born, he would have been Thomas instead.
We didn't use it for the first one because he didn't
Right.
live. Or
If he
would, might have been Edward too.
Oh, okay. So those were the two names, was Thomas or Edward?
But I told Tom. Where he got his name.
Mm-hmm. I can understand that because I know my dad always wanted to name his son after someone from the service, a friend of his, who was Johnny Paul. So if I would have been a boy, I would have been the Johnny Paul. But I was a girl, and then Sissy was a girl, so he didn't get his Johnny Paul till John was born. So I can understand wanting, the name would have been one or the other.
And we thought Tom was a nice name.
Mm-hmm. Did you have any reason for the other names that you named? Or did you just like the
No.
names Alice, Sharon, and Linda?
She was named after. I had a sister, Alice,
Oh, okay.
and she didn't live.
That wasn't your mom's twin, was it? Did you know your mom was a twin?
Yeah.
That wasn't her.
No, it was.
Okay. I think your mom's twin's name was Flora. They named her.
That, she never lived.
Right.
Yeah.
And what about Sharon? Is she named after someone?
Well, yes and no. There, they lived down past Leroy's, right there in the woods. I guess the house is still there. And there was two kids.
Mm-hmm.
One was named Sharon, and one was named something with them. Anyway, I asked Sis what name she liked,
Okay.
and she picked Sharon.
Okay.
So she got her name. Not named after this person, but she liked that name. So.
Okay. And what about Linda?
That was competition.
What do you mean competition?
Well, Harold and Ruth were going to have a baby too. And I had talked about this name. I didn't really have it decided. And then I heard Ruth say when she had hers, if it was a girl, she was going to name it Linda. Well, I had mine first, so I took Linda. Otherwise,
What was the other name you liked?
I'm trying to think of Linda. Well, I don't know what it was, but
Okay.
so, well, yes, I do. Yeah, Lori.
Okay. One or the
But then
other.
Ruth took Lori.
Ah, okay. I thought maybe my mom was named after Grandpa's aunt Lena that passed away.
No,
No?
no, there was some of the second names were after a relative.
Oh, okay. Well, Sharon Lou, that must have been after Grandpa. Yeah. I always liked Grace. I said if I would have had a girl, I would have named her after you and her name would have been Grace. If I ever
Well-
would have had a girl, but I didn't.
If Doug would have been a girl, he'd have been Grace.
Yeah. And then I wanted to name Travis Lewis.
And then if
And I wanted him to be Travis Lewis, and their dad wouldn't let me. Remember that. But then I think one of Amy's kids have Lewis as a middle name, or it's one of Lisa's. It's one of them.
now that's about what I eat at a meal.
Right. Well, you got donuts yet for dessert?
When I go to the bathroom, though, about 6 times a day I have to go crap.
Oh no.
As soon as they'll take this away, to the bathroom I go.
Mm.
And I gotta get there or else.
Well, at least you're
I don't know
Not-
where
doing it.
it's coming from because I don't eat that much.
Huh.
That's one of the main reasons that even if my leg got good, I don't think I could go home because no one was going to like to be bothered with that. So
Yeah, it's something you got to deal with.
I know, Dave. Well, Marion had that Bob, and I was talking to her one day, and something about running to the bathroom, and she said, "Oh, I know, because I have a Bob in diapers."
Oh.
And I told Babe that, and she said, "When you ever get in diapers, you know where you're going."
Mm-hmm.
That's that.
Right.
And of course, Tom and Carrie. Well, he said Carrie would never see him without a home, but she would not offer. She's not overly anxious for somebody who can't.
Well, no. Well, I can see that. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a lot of work.
So, like Tom said, because he said it was something about Alec, or what would happen to Alec if Doug died or something. And he said, well, we'd never see him not have a home. But
Yeah.
he said, can't see.
But now he's 18, so it wouldn't matter.
Huh?
Now he's 18, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, well,
And Doug had told me once that he was putting in his will. Doug told me once that he was going to put in his will that Alec got the house. Even if Tina was still alive, he was putting in his will that house went to Alec. I remember him telling me that. So your farmhouse should one day go to Alec. Doug did tell me that.
well, anyway. everything turned out just the opposite of what it planned.
Oh yeah, plans change.
So when that Brian said, well, I'm going to have a talk with Doug and I'm going to tell him get down there and visit you.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, well, talk is about all you're going to get out of it. Let's see. I can hear a noise, but I don't know what they're saying.
It's the I don't know what to call her. The nun, the sister.
Mm.
She's giving a prayer right now. She's talking about Jesus, our Lord Christ, and
But I mean, even in the morning about 6 o'clock, that starts. I can hear them,
mm-hmm.
but I can't hear them.
Okay.
It's just enough to keep me awake.
You know what I have at home? And you might remember it or not. Do you remember when you and Grandpa were visiting with?
The what?
You and Grandpa were visiting with one of his cousins. It was right after 9/11, and I tape cassetted you guys talking. It wasn't a video. It was just a tape. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that?
No.
Well, I have the tape still at home. Would you like to put headsets on and listen to Grandpa talking? You'd hear his voice again.
I would surely like to know who he was talking to.
Oh, it's his cousin, one of his cousins. She's now gone.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of her name. It's written on the tape. But I started thinking about that. I'm like, I wonder if you'd like to hear Grandpa's voice again.
Yeah, a lady from Abrams was going to Ireland, and she came and talked to Pa, and she was supposed to look up some of his ancestors in Ireland,
Mm-hmm.
and well, we never heard anything from it. And after Pa died, I wrote a letter or something to her husband. He didn't remember her going to Ireland.
Oh.
But he knew Pa, and I guess she would have. Because I remember telling him that I'd sure like to hear Pa talking to her.
Mm-hmm. I remember his spittoon? Mm-hmm. Your dad had that little spittoon from when he chewed tobacco. I remember that.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes you tip it over and
He was a man that didn't like children goofing around.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that too. We were told when we visited him to just sit there and behave.
Mm-hmm. And I know the one time, it was a Christmas program, and Delmer was living with us, and the teacher asked me if I would ask Delmer to be the Santa Claus.
Okay.
So I asked him. Oh yeah, he would. So I took the Santa Claus suit home, and come that night of the program, went back to school, and here came Santa Claus. And he asked the teacher, is it all right if Santa Claus kisses you? And
oh, no.
And then when they were done with the program, there was, I guess, 1 or 2 extra bags. And he said, is it all right if I give a bag of candy to that little boy sitting way over in the corner? It was Pa. Pa was so embarrassed because he was only over 6 foot tall, and that little boy who was sitting over there. Oh yeah, they said, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Looks like now maybe you might want a nap.
Hmm?
Looks like now maybe you might want a nap. I have a chocolate in my purse. Would you like one? Piece of dark chocolate?
Yeah. Well,
Hold on just a minute. Get it out of my purse.
sis, sis looked in the drawer. There was one piece of candy left in this 8 box.
Okay, just a sec. It's in here.
I know I've got candy at home, but it's in here. Werther's and a couple kinds. Just the second one, not the.
Where did I put it? I hope I didn't leave it in the car. I didn't think I did. Yep, there it is. Open it up. I think it's individually wrapped. Oh. All right. We give you 2 pieces, but that's all I'm going to give you, okay? I'll give you 2 pieces, but that's all I'm going to give you. It's dark chocolate.
Yeah, I like chocolate, but
Need help opening it all?
no, I can open them.
Okay.
That's just the right size for nibbling.
Yep, just the right size.
Take a
There you go.
big-
Donuts and 2 pieces of chocolate.
You take a big one and put it in your mouth, and it's cloggy. You can't swallow, you can't chew. So that's how I eat my sickly candy now. I just break a little hunk off.
Mm-hmm.
Doug likes chocolate.
Does he?
Tom hates chocolate.
Travis was never a chocolate person at all. Like, I can remember at Easter, when he got to be a teenager and he didn't believe in the Easter Bunny anymore and he knew it was Mom, I remember him asking me, can you just put beef jerky in my Easter basket? So his very last Easter basket I ever made him, I think he was, I did it up until he was about 17. But the last one, I filled it full of beef jerky, and I said, boy, that is the most expensive basket I've ever bought in my life. That's the last one I'm doing, because those beef jerkies aren't cheap, that you start putting different bags in, and it was like, ooh, this is quite pricey.
Why am I going to put that there?
They'll take it on you. That's what I said. They'll take your donuts, too, if you leave them there.
I'll take that, get it off from there before they come.
Sure you don't need help?
I just fine.
I can just start the first rip if you want. Usually I get it from the top. Let me see. Usually if I get it right here from the top, and ooh, it is tough, isn't it? Oh, there it goes.
I was just going to say, it's kind of tough.
There. We have to finish it, but